Hi, how important is financial freedom to you? And it's a serious conversation, and to me, it's all about accessing your wealth and DNA. It's about getting on the right frequency. It's like a mindset, but there's some little differences here. And I want to share some important information, if you're serious, about a blueprint. It's called Roy's Success Blueprint. Also, I want to show you a step-by-step process to create where are you, where do you want to go, and more importantly, how to get there with ease and grace. So if this is valuable, let's get into this and let's go through this process with you step by step. Now, hi, I'm Roy. I've been doing this for 50 years. I've created 69 entities and, their companies and trusts. We have an accountancy practice. I started that 28 years ago. I got sick of hearing they couldn't get a good accountant, so I started my own. I've got a building company. We do construction. We've got farming interest. We've got an education program, of course, and we've also got our whole coaching program that we work here at OneLife. So if this is valuable, this type of thing, wealth, and also health and well-being is important to you, then you're at the right place. So let me show you this blueprint. It's called Roy's Success Blueprint, and what it says, success without fulfillment is ultimate failure. In other words, having all the money and not being healthy is a waste of time. Being healthy, no money is also useless. And also, if you have a lot of health and wealth, but you don't have any partnership, then you've really failed. So happiness, fulfillment is everything. So it starts here with success. Success is not a goal. It's a responsibility, an absolute responsibility. And we've got the big triangles on the outside. Look, if you haven't got this, and download it right now so you can come through with me on this. Just click on the comments area or click and say, hey, yes, please, and we'll send it to you right now so we can go through this step by step with you, because it's not always easy to see on the screen here. And also download this, which will give you your benchmark, your 7 magic steps to freedom, a step-by-step process here. It's quite a good little workbook that I think you'll find very valuable. So let's get back. Attitude to gratitude. Now, that's where we start, depending on your attitude. And you are a spiritual being, you live in a physical body, you have human experiences, so you are only consciousness and energy. We're not a religious group or anything. We know this is true. Most people really know this. So basically it's about contributions, about your growth, and it's about moving forward. Now, you have current skills and current talents that you utilize, and they've served you, no doubt, to make a job or get income. What my teachings are very much around is to not be limited to you swapping your life on an hourly basis for money. 95% of our population end up broke because they have one income, their job, and once that stops, everything stops. So that's why they become pensioners. So you need to develop some other skills using your current talent. That's what I mean by accessing your DNA. You've got skills, you've got talent. It's just we've got to get to this new world that we live in. And part of that is a bit of a personal development process, a bit of leadership with yourself. You can't lead yourself, you can't lead anyone else. And what it is about your identity. Your identity currently is producing your income. If you see yourself in this, then that's your limitation to what you are. You can create a new identity by focus, intention, and we want to keep all the good values that you have in your own character. There are 2 big stories here that are so important, and they're fundamental. I have people tell me, haven't got any time. And I say, if you haven't got any time, you haven't got a team. You're still operating as a lone wolf. So time and team go together, and that's leverage. And everyone kind of intellectually understands this, but they get blocked. And that's what I do. I'm a translator. I work with people to look at their blocks and say, how do we get you together in a team and use your talent? Because the people you've got, your talent, is others who want your stuff, just like you want their stuff. Everyone's got different skills, different things. So we use systems, we use balance, and we use a lot to do with your influence and your relationships to leverage your money, your time, your life. And from this comes basically your communication skills. And this is important things that you leave in your legacy for your children as well. And I use strategies here. That's what my hallmark is, to create a look, going through your position, where are you, where do you want to go? I put my strategies into your situation, and that gives you choices. These choices are hugely important. Part of that choices is around your health, your family, your money, and that leads ultimately to one important point, and that's your fulfillment. That's your happiness, that's your legacy that you leave that's making a difference on this planet. Let me ask you a question here. How happy are you, 0 to 10? I'm talking about across the board on your health, your money, and your relationships and your spiritual connection. How happy are you, 0 to 10? Now, if you're not a 7, 8, 9 in that category, then you've got some serious issues. And that's what needs to be addressed. This is not a trial run. This is real truth. This is what's going on. And I'm going to suggest to you that part of this is this triangle here. Your habits, your rituals, and your patterns. We all have habits. Some of these habits serve us, some of them don't. Some of us run rituals. They're things we do again and again and again, and they're patterns we run. So we use our goals as our focus point, if you like. If what I'm doing now leads me to my success, I continue doing it. If it's not, I stop it. And we have short-term, medium-term, long-term. And we help people with that because a lot of people aren't good at goals, setting that. We also talk about your vision, your clarity around what is it you want. Some people have given up life. Some people have given up actually believing. Some people have given up actually dreaming about what they want. We can have a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, a 7-year plan. And I think this is really, really important. And lastly in this is your action steps, the 5-second rule, and discipline, feedback. Ultimately, talent is interesting, but disciplines create talent. People think I'm talented, and what you are is a disciplined person in that area. And I teach people how to be disciplined around money. I teach people how to get discipline around building wealth through property. I teach people how to be disciplined with businesses and teach them how to run those to make profits. So this is very important. Of course, mentoring is huge. So over here with this, if you haven't downloaded, please download it. Just click and we'll get it to you. This little number here is your ignite your success. And the word ignition is a really important thing. It's to ignite your success. And it's a little program here. It's got a bunch of very simple things. It's got the 5 important steps to success. Number 1 is to make a decision, have abundance in all areas of your life. Number 2, to really take absolute responsibility for your life. Number 3, learn to become a true investor. Most people have never been taught this. And of course, number 4, actually implement what you know. And then the last one is actually condition your life to abundance. Now, it sounds simple. There's a couple of bonus ones in there, and we go through our first quarters. Number 1 quarter, clean up the mess. 2nd quarter, get into action. 3rd quarter, get into profit. 4th quarter, get into reviewing and renewing. So it's a step-by-step process here. And here's that little blueprint here. And then we've got our little processes of going through. Step by step, it's very simple. As I say, I'm a translator. I make it simple for you to understand. And if you haven't already downloaded my book of Unlocking Your Millionaire Mindset, please do so straight away as well. We'll get that sent to you as well in your comment section. We'll send that to you. And here is the benchmark. And this covers 7 things. This is called the Magic 7. Your income, your assets, your cash that you've got in the bank, your spending habits. Most people spend all they earn or more than they earn. Your credit facilities, your super fund, and your tax. And then we move forward on that to what are your goals? What do you want in this next year? If you couldn't fail, what would be really important for you? What would you like in the next 3 years? And probably more important is a question here, what would you like from us? What are the blocks that stop you? If you've got an enterprise, a business, we'd like you to fill that one in too. Some people have that, some people don't. And notice we don't call them businesses, they're enterprises. We enter and get the prize. And some have multiple properties. If you don't have those, just cut that out. There's no right or wrong with this. There's no criticism. We've got some lovely success stories here that you may want to read. People have done remarkable success. So download this and let's get together on this and make your steps a step-by-step process. Now, we want to build your 4 steps. Number 1, increasing your income. We have 5 incomes. We'd like to increase it by 2 in the first year and add a new income stream each year. And over that period, you'll end up with 5 fairly smartly. As I said, I've got 69, so if I can do it, I'm the guy that couldn't read at school and couldn't spell. So I've made this very simple for people like me. I've had to teach myself to read and spell. The second thing that we do here is to create those, relook at your expenses and debt. And that's very, very important because 95% spend more than they earn or all that they earn. And then the third one is to build your assets. And those assets can create income. And this is really important. People say, how can I do that? Well, ask a better question. If you'd be surprised to know that we've got people building assets with $1,000 and less, and doing that with property without paying stamp duty. So there's some whole strategies that are different mindset, a different way of doing things that you'll need to learn. This is part of your skills and talent that's going to be new for you. And then lastly, we build a financial fortress. Now, what is that? That's having your own house that you own outright, to own a commercial property, for instance, like I own this one we're in, I own the one next door to this, I own the one across the way, I own many commercial properties. These properties produce positive cash flow straight away. So we're into positive cash flow here. We're not into you buying negative geared properties off us or buying some insurance policy or financial instruments. We're going to show you how to do things step by step. And then lastly, to produce a super fund or an income stream that's going to serve you. Now, it doesn't have to be stacks and stacks of money. It just needs to be something that works for you. Unfortunately, most Australians end up with not enough money to live on. So check in where you are right now. If you had to stop work right now, if you got fired, if the company closed down, you lost your job, or you got sick, who would look after things and what would be your next step? And if you've got a better strategy, I'd like to hear about it. We have a strategy step by step to take you to this next level. So I thank you so much for your time here today and watching this. Download this and put a comment so we can have this and we can work together. One of our team can contact you, and I'd just love to hang out and see if we could do something together and make this year your best year yet and build your next 3 years to be a magnificent painting, a masterpiece of your life. So look forward to catching up. Till then, best to you and your family.